Good evening, everyone. It is 6:30. I'm going to call the regular council meeting to order for Tuesday, February 18th, 2025. Ms. Monroe, if you'd like to call the roll.
Mayor Don Barnard.
Here.
Tiffany Hollis.
Yes.
Ryan Green.
Here.
Dave Seeland.
Here.
Jeff Barr.
Present.
Wes Coble.
Here.
Bob Orsini.
Here.
If we could please stand for the invocation given by Mr. Seelan, and then we will introduce the Boy Scouts to lead us in the pledge.
Lord, as we prepare our hearts and minds for tonight's meeting, please fill us with wisdom, patience, and strength. Guide our decisions for the betterment of Johnstown and serve our citizens to the degree they deserve. We know in Proverbs 16:9, the heart of man plans his ways, but the Lord establishes his steps. We thank you for the blessings you have given our community. Thank you for the families that make Johnstown what it is. Thank you for the leaders in our schools, protective services, and other organizations that serve the people of Johnstown. Continue to watch over them and guide them as you do over us. Amen.
If you can please sit for a minute, I'll call the cadets up. So tonight we have Troop 20. It's led by Scoutmaster Ryan Sparks and Assistant Scouts Masters Mitch Maxwell and Dennis Musgrave. And then we have a bunch of scouts. So the first one I'll have come up is Wyatt Bradley, his rank as scout. Come right over here, bud. Cyrus Dunaway, also a scout. Spencer Kober, scout. Davon Raja, scout. Daniel Musgrave, tenderfoot. Braden Wheeler, second class. Nash Bradley, first class. Mileage Evans, first class. David Kraft, Star Scout. Are you the highest ranked one? Zach Kraft, first class. So you outrank your brother. That's good. Malik Miles, first class. Ethan Miller, first class. Caden Rosser, first class. Hastings Simontown, first class. Braden Trelease, first class. And finally, William Strauss-Snyder, scout.
You want to have them squeeze in so they can get in the picture?
Can we guys have you squeeze all in and get a picture?
Somebody can step up on the
Yeah,
back ledge.
if you guys want to step back here.
Make a
You
better
want to come over here and step
picture.
up?
Kind of layer yourselves.
Tall guys, take a step up.
Yeah, all the tall guys stand on the stage. All the short
There you go.
folks like me. Yeah, there you go.
And Hastings.
There you go.
There you go.
Makes for a better picture.
Scooch in.
I think most of you guys will hide. I'm just sticking out on the end.
Yeah, we're hidden.
Yeah, they can't see us.
I accidentally grabbed my nephew's UPS size. I can't tell you how comfortable he's.
Jeff, grab him.
Tries for
Stuff going on.
Parents.
Can you jump in there, Mayor?
Are we? I don't know.
Come on,
I don't know somebody else's.
I did. Yeah.
Good to see you. Good. Yeah, good to see you.
All the former scouts.
I'd have to kneel down in the front.
You were former scouts. I'm not a scout.
He's back.
All the other ones. Were you those?
No, there's Cub Scouts.
Cub Scouts, right? That's
That's the little kids.
Okay.
a little early for that.
If everyone could please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yeah, just the girls. All right, gentlemen.
I'll have you guys lead us.
Yep.
Please join us in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen. Good work. I look forward to all of your Eagle Scout projects, beautifying our great city. So,
And Bob will write off on every single one of them.
there we go.
Okay. Next on the agenda is approval of agenda. We've all received the agenda from Ms. Monroe. Does anyone have any alterations or additions to it? Hearing none, what is the will of council?
Motion to approve is written.
Second.
All in favor of approval?
Next, we have a presentation by Share Table. Mr. Seeland, would you want to explain this, or?
I'm going to leave it up to the experts here. So Chloe Nix, I ran into Chloe Nix at the at Johnstown Elementary. So she does a great program. I'm going to let her and her. Yep, we're good. I'm going to let her speak to it.
There you go. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Chloe Nix. I'm a senior at Johnstown High School. I participate in the Big Red Band, Global Scholars, and I also have courses that I handle outside of school. I just wanted to share some more information about my Global Scholars project and what Global Scholars is. It is like a club that students are selected to join, and you can join it if you would like. And it is a 3-year program that you learn about world problems and global issues, and then for your 3rd year, you take a select global issue and turn it into your local area, and you figure out a way to help make it better. So for my year 3 project, I chose the issue of food waste in school districts. And with that, I set up a share table at the elementary school, and I then corresponded with my local food pantry in Croton. And each week I collect from the elementary school, and I take that food to the food pantry, and it is then distributed. And with this, I've just noticed that I do collect like a good amount of food from it. And I've heard from lots of faculty members that they really enjoy having the share table because they hate seeing so much unopened food product end up having to be thrown away. And I just think that all of our schools could benefit from it, and we could figure out a way to work with our food pantries in Johnstown. I know we have many at all the different churches, just to help reduce food waste because it is a global issue. And I'm really nervous, and
You're doing great.
that's kind of all I have to say. I can try my best to answer any questions if you have any, but that's kind of what I
Did you come up with that name?
The share table?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I just set up like a small little cart at the elementary, and I went over during one of my lunch periods and I spoke to the kids and told them like what they could put on it and how, as long as it's not opened, you're welcome to just put it there. And if another classmate is hungry still after they eat all of their food, as long as they ask their teacher, they're allowed to go over and grab whatever they would like. And I get out early since I'm a senior, so at the end of the day, I go over and I collect what is not eaten by kids, and I take it home with me to then take to my food pantry.
I could not love this more.
Yes. Great.
That is amazing.
Now, this program you're in, how many other students are in this at Johnstown?
There's a good amount of us. Miss Doty is one of our advisors, so she would have the numbers, but everybody has different projects that they select. There is another girl at my school, her name is Jenna. She was not able to be here tonight, but she's doing a share table through the high school for her project. And I'm pretty sure she's getting a good amount from it as well.
Is this something that will continue after you graduate, or is...
So I'm kind of hoping I can figure out a way to allow it to still continue after I graduate, because I really do like getting to collect and keep it from being thrown away. I just haven't quite worked that out yet.
Yeah, I would love to help you with that. Talk to you outside of here, but yeah, I would love to help with that.
Awesome. Thank you.
Do any of the other schools around here do that? Like out at Northridge, for example?
I don't think that Northridge does, but my niece goes to Big Wana, and I know that they have a share cart, which is similar. The kids can put what they don't want to eat, and other kids are allowed to go grab it as long as it's unopened. I don't know if they work with any food pantries on collecting that afterwards, but I do know that the cart is available for kids.
What have you learned the most from doing this?
Elementary kids really like to share. My first week, I saw a lot of food not on the cart, which gave me optimism. Like, they just all were loving to go up and put something down or take something from it. Now it's kind of mellowed out a little more, and I get a consistent amount of food every day. They have started putting their silverware, which is a little funny. They just want to share. But yeah.
When you graduate, what do you want to do?
I have applied and been accepted to Findlay University for their equine program. I'm hoping to go and get a degree in equine business management.
Awesome. Anybody else have questions for?
Thank you.
Great. Thank you. This is
Good job.
incredible.
Good job.
Really great.
Action on minutes. We received the January 21st, the January 27th special joint meeting, and the February 4th meeting. Does anyone have anything they would like to add or remove from those? I think all of us were present except Ms. Hollis.
Everyone was present for the January 21st and 27th, so you could vote on those two in a block, and then February 4th, Tiffany was absent, so we could do that separate if she would like to abstain.
Yeah.
Okay. What is the will of council?
Motion to approve January 21st, 2025, January 27th, 2025, meeting notes as written.
Second.
Bob Orsini,
Yes.
Dave Seeland,
Yes.
Brian Green,
Yes.
Tiffany Hollis.
Yes. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you were here. Mayor Barnard,
Yes.
Wes Cobble,
Yes.
Jeff Barr.
Affirm.
Okay.
Motion to approve February 4th, 2025 minutes is written.
Second again.
Bob Orsini,
Yes.
Dave Seeland,
Yes.
Brian Green,
Yes.
Tiffany Hollis,
Abstain. Absent.
Mayor Barnard,
Yes.
Wes Cobble,
Yes.
Jeff Barr.
Affirm.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Ms. Monroe, did we receive anybody who'd like to speak tonight?
I did not receive any speaker slips, no.
Do we have anybody here who'd like to speak on matters not on the agenda? Hearing none, we're going to move to council committee reports. Planning and zoning, they met on February 11th. Their next meeting is February 25th at 6:30 in council chambers. Anything to report from that?
Pretty quick meeting. We had a lot split over off Benedict. We'd already kind of talked about that one as a group in zoning and in council. So we went ahead with that. And then we had a conditional use permit. It was tabled at the applicant's request. That is for the nursing home there off 62. You'll see that come back here at our next meeting.
A design review board, they met February 11th. Their next meeting is February 25th at 5 p.m. in council chambers. Ms. Monroe, anything to report?
Just one application, it was a great one. The addition, the certificate of appropriateness for the addition to the high school, Johnstown High School was approved.
Okay.
Jeff had
Excuse me,
something.
Mayor.
Yes, sir.
Can we go back to Ryan's report on the lot split real quick? Like, that's going forward as we discussed and agreed upon with,
3 lots.
right, 3 lots. I forget, can you recap real quick of what the expectations are from the builder in there?
I'd let Sean go forward with that one.
Sure.
Basically everything that we talked about, and I know it's been a while, so.
Right, that's why I just wanted to refresh real
Yeah.
quick, high level.
I can give you a real quick download. Roll it through my mind first so that I don't consume half an hour in the conversation. So really what it comes down to is the development that would be new would have to be consistent with the other new development in that area. So the provisions and conditions that were set forth were that they had to enter into the same essentially development regulations, deed restrictions that were set forth for the other newly built houses in that area. So the lots will be a little bit smaller, but The concern of the residents, I believe, from the public comment sections, were to the quality and the style of the house being in the same, equal, or greater than what was already being done there relatively new. So all of those objectives have been met. This was the last piece of it. Entering into a quasi-developer agreement that will force for the zoning to go through, the property owner to agree to have all of those deed restrictions put in place on that particular property.
Any other questions? Okay. Design Guidelines Steering Committee, their ad hoc met on February 5th. The next meeting is March 3rd. Is that going well?
Yeah, I'll jump in. We've had 3 now. Last one was a little bit more interactive as far as getting to walk around, putting in pictures and diagrams, going over building materials, streetscapes, as well as different types of architecture. So I don't know when our next one is scheduled at this point.
March 3rd.
March 3rd, sorry, thank you. Couldn't remember. So, yep, it's progressing. This is obviously a rather quick timeline due to the needed turnaround because of development and all of the things that are happening. So, excited to see a product.
Okay, School District Liaison met on February 7th. The next meeting is as needed. Finance met tonight. Next meeting is March 18th. We gave Sean an item to take back, so hope we'll have more information at the next meeting. Safety and Service, their next meeting is March 4th at 5 p.m. in the council chambers, and the Township Liaison Committee will meet next as needed. We received the director reports from the police chief. Chief Smart, is there anything you'd like to highlight from it?
No, sir.
Okay. Does council have any questions for the chief? Hearing none. Received a report from the city manager. Sean, is there anything you'd like to highlight in there?
Not unless you have specific questions relative to any of the items, but I can go through all, none, however you choose.
Anyone have questions for Sean on it? Okay. Hearing none. Moving to table legislation, there is none. Public hearings of legislation. The item is ordinance 02-2025. This is the second reading. It's an ordinance to amend section 1133-05 of the city's codified ordinances. I'll let Sean or Ryan take this one and explain it.
Yeah, so this is basically streamlining our process on very small lot splits. This is in response to, we had a couple come through, they were held up in the process over something that was under a foot. So we're talking, what, less than 10% on these?
Correct.
Yes, yep. And I'll let Sean take anything else he wants to add.
I think Ryan summarized nicely. Really, it's just to expedite the process on setbacks so that we can do it administratively if it's under a certain threshold of, as Ryan mentioned, the 10%. So just adding a layer to remove a layer of process so that we can accommodate more quickly if something like this were to occur again.
Does council have any questions for Mr. Stainert on this? Okay, I'm going to open up to the public. Does the public have any questions or comments on ordinance 02-2025? Hearing none, what is the will of council with ordinance 02-2025?
I'll make a motion to approve as written.
Second.
Ryan Green,
Yes.
Tiffany Hollis,
Yes.
Mayor Barnard,
Yes.
Wes Cobble,
Yes.
Jeff Barr,
Affirm.
Bob Orsini,
Yes.
Dave Seeland.
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you. There's no introduction of legislation tonight, so we'll move to other business. I have nothing. I'll move to Mr. Coble. Do you have anything? Mr. Barr?
It's nice to see Councilwoman Hollis back in action. Good to see you,
Thank you.
Tiff.
Thank you, guys.
That's all.
Okay. Mr. Orsini?
What Jeff said.
Awesome. Ms. Hollis?
No, I don't have anything.
Nothing? Mr.
Out
Green?
of the loop.
If you haven't winterized your house yet, make sure you do so. We've got the cold coming in. We had some warm come in there, so if you turn on your hose like I did, make sure that you turn it back off. So bad things happen to good people that way. Not to me, but
Mr. Seeland?
Big shout out, obviously, to the PTO and the school district and every single resident. The Harlem Wizards event was phenomenal. Huge show, huge turnout, awesome spirits through the building all through the night. Great event to be a part of. So thank you for everyone for being a part of that. Even though the weather was bad on Saturday morning, we had a really good turnout for the Legion breakfast. So that was a nice turn to. We were not expecting a lot of people, considering the initial rain and then the ice and the freeze. But we had a really good turnout for that, and that's it right now.
Awesome. I think only one person in this room actually scored, wasn't it? Didn't you score at the game? I scored. Yeah, you scored.
Thanks.
Yeah, I didn't score either. Mr. Stainer, do you have anything?
They asked the wrong people apparently to play. I have nothing. It was, I'll echo off of Dave. I attended the event with the PTO. It was a really great community event. A lot of good energy in that room, a lot of collaboration. I loved how they picked participants from each organization of the community, and it was really tremendous to see all of the people involved and everyone having a good time. So couldn't be happier and more proud of Johnstown for showing up and then working together to put that event together. So kudos to the PTO. I know that took a ton of work, so there's good people doing good work. Appreciate that. Sister Act, the musical's coming up. I think tickets are going on sale, so another school-related event that's on the horizon. I'll find out more details and give those to you.
So our staff have anything tonight?
I do have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Jack's not here, and I might just be totally out of the loop on this, but the water leak on 62, do we have any idea?
I can give you as much update as you would like.
Yes, please.
I have no update, so I'm just curious.
So, let's see, the leak started approximately a month and a half ago. This one has proven to be a little bit more difficult. The first cold freeze that we had, the leak was noticed just prior to that. Noting that we had that cold coming, we opted to have TLV come in on a Saturday. What we believed would be a normal routine find turned into be this saga of a story that I'm about to unfold. And so I think we are getting close. But typically you see a leak, you look for the water on the side of the road, you do some digging around the water lines that you have there. We identified our infrastructure that's obviously there. We all believed that it was obviously a water line producing the water that's coming out. And we opted to actually have TLV come in with a jet vac truck as compared to the normal excavation. Normal excavation would require OOPS to come in, which would have delayed us 3 days. Knowing that cold weather was coming, the road was going to obviously turn into a sheet of ice, which it has proven to do then and is still continuing to do. We decided TLV. TLV came in, they did 3 different test holes, and all 3 of them came up blank. We originally thought it was on a curb stop. That's why we felt pretty confident. Get TLV in, get that. Once that proved to not be the area, then we were starting to do a little bit of guessing. We exhausted our time that day and then went back to the drawing board. We have brought in professionals outside of our listening devices, which we acquired over the last year. We brought in an expert team to kind of do some listening to see if they could further identify where this leak was. What we're trying to avoid, obviously, is digging a big hole in the middle of 62. That is the option that is probably not advisable, but if that's where it comes down to, that is where we'll go. But noting that's going to have tremendous impacts on the traffic of Johnstown. And this particular leak, if you've noticed, is exactly in the middle. So that was something we were considering. We even had the chief utilize the drone to try to do infrared. That did not prove to be successful. We had another radar company come in to try to do some X-ray vision on the area. It just is not proving to be easy. And with the listening devices, with so much traffic that we have on 62, it's hard to really kind of pinpoint anything. But our latest breakthrough came last week, just shortly after we were trying the drone with the infrared. There was another boil up point, and that boil up point was helpful. We've been testing it for chlorine, have not had any chlorine, so we still believed it was city water, but We did test this boil-up point, which is on the side of the road. It proved to have chlorine, so that confirmed that it was obviously a city line, but then it also gave us another place to potentially locate. Once we started to do some exploration there, we believe, these are obviously by witching rods, there could have been an old line that was abandoned to a house that was across the street. We believe the property owner at that point opted to not bore across 62 and came across Ford. So this week, what you'll see, and you saw a little bit today possibly, is our team going in. We did call Oops. Oops is coming out, but we wanted to try to get ahead of it. They went in today with a jet vac truck. We believe there is an old line that has been abandoned to one of the old homes. If we can get on that and find it, and then turn, it's not a curb stop, but it's the physical valve that's attached to the main line. We can get down there, turn that off, which would then hopefully stop the issue. Now, it's a guesstimation whether there's a line there. We're pretty certain. We don't have the logs that go back that far, one of the old houses. But like I said, with the witching rods, it did show a line that went across 62. So you saw the guys out there today. I believe they were attempting to get down there. If not, we'll wait till Oops gets out here, which is probably Tuesday. And Rick and his guys are scheduled. Jack's on vacation. Rick and his team will go out there, start to do some digging, and hopefully find what we hope to be is that old abandoned line. If not, we'll keep plugging away at it. But it is not, it's not a fun situation. Everyone is scratching their heads. We've tried just about everything. We've reduced valves to see if pressure would be reduced, to try to pinpoint which line it might be on. There's some pretty substantial lines in that area, a 12-inch and an 8-inch. So that's a lot of information. Hopefully it proves that we have been looking at it, trying to figure it out, and whenever the cold weather hits, it becomes very treacherous, and we've tried to do everything we could. We put slow signs up. Them guys salt the heck out of it. They had a bobcat out there the other day, trying to break up the ice. So it's just is what it is.
Thank you.
Thank
Anybody
you.
else? Okay, I make a motion that we move to executive session to discuss confidential business information of an applicant for economic development assistance, along with an executive session to consider the purchase or sale of property, to include all council members and the city manager, with no business to follow.
Second.
Who was the second?
Me.
Yep. Mayor Barnard,
Yes.
Wes Cobble,
Yes.
Jeff Barr,
Affirm.
Bob Orsini,
Yes.
Dave Seelan,
Yes.
Ryan Green,
Yes.
Tiffany Hall.
Yes.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for coming tonight. That is our meeting for open meeting, so appreciate